A question we ask ourselves often in life is, where do I start? A lot of these things they don't teach you in school, such as your first kiss. You don't want to just maul her because you don't know what you're doing. So what are you going to do? Practice on a mop or balance a checkbook? I guess you could go to WikiHow. Think about baseball. Prevalent to this channel, hitting a baseball. How do you do that? Someone tell Cody Bellinger. He would be very interested, but MLB The Show 22, where do you start? What do you do first to ensure that you are on a great path for plenty of stubs and a plethora of diamonds? We're going to talk about all that and maybe even more. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Leave a like if you guys enjoy. And yeah, let's go ahead and get it going with the number one thing that you're going to want to do. So, the game is releasing on April 1st if you got the special edition, April 5th if you did not or you're on Game Pass. And of course you get bonuses for shelling out extra money. So you have Legend Pack and Cover Pack. The Legend Pack is exclusive to the MVP and the Digital Deluxe Edition, while the Cover Pack is exclusive to just the Deluxe Edition or the $100 version. Now in the Legend Pack we've had these Takashi Okazaki series legend cards. We've seen Mickey Mantle and Ricky Henderson, two tremendous cards, you know, both outfielders and really good in Diamond Dynasty. I'm very excited for both. Mickey Mantle brings everything to the table. He's got the swing, the switch hitting capability, the fielding, the contact, the speed. Good lord. And then Ricky Henderson's going to have even more speed. So we have 2 cards revealed so far and 3 more to come in that pack. There's going to be 5 legend options. And then you have the cover pack. This year we've seen a bunch of new guys return from old MLB The Show covers, that being Joe Mauer, Ryan Howard, and a ton of existing guys such as this year's cover boy, Shohei Ohtani, last year's Fernando Tatis Jr. Then you've got Griffey, you have Andrew McCutchen, Miguel Cabrera, so many options. However, we haven't seen any of these revealed, so I think it's fair to say we're certainly going to get a guy like Joe Mauer and Ryan Howard as they brought them back in as new legends. They're a shoo-in. Ohtani's going to get a card as well. I'm curious if they're going to give every existing likeness that they own for these players a cover athlete pack card if they've been on the cover before, which is about 12. You can see from the list right here. You might say, okay, but Gomer, what exactly are you getting at? So, the biggest thing to keep in mind for these pre-order cards, if you did get the special edition, or if you didn't, it's going to be important that you guys listen up for this as well. These cards are going to be very valuable. We saw the 42 series last year. These are all 88 overalls, spanning from a bunch of legends, from Ken Griffey Jr. to Babe Ruth and Cal Ripken Jr. A lot of guys got these cards, and they were good. They weren't the best cards at launch, but they were very solid options. And these cards went up to about 70, 80,000 stubs within a month or so after release, because there was no other way to get these cards. Of course, they've significantly gone down in value as eventually they, you know, practically given them out. Like Oprah Winfrey, you get a 42 series, you get a 42 series. Everybody was getting them. Like they were under your chair just for being there. So you're going to want to hold on to these cards. You absolutely do not want to sell them, which is great because they are going to be pretty good. You know, if you get a Joe Mauer, if you get a Mickey Mantle, they're going to be good cards to have on your team come day one, but they are also a great investment. So that is something to really keep in mind. If these are tied to a big collection like they were last year, they're really going to shoot up in price. Speaking of price, that brings me to another topic. Your pre-order didn't just have those special edition packs, they also came with the show packs, which you could pack some really good shit. You could pull a Mike Trout. You could pull a Hunter Dozier. You know, who's to say? Probably more so the latter, but, you know, leave a like and you might have increased pack odds, I'm being told. But these cards that you pull, there's also going to be a lot of question. What do you do with these cards? How do you make the most of your pre-order packs or packs that you open up at launch? So this is my strategy. You should sell everything that is not a diamond because, again, these cards are just going to decrease in price. We see it every year. Live Series Gold cards, like 84 overalls can stick around for a couple thousand even with no investment opportunity. So sell everything that is not a diamond. Hold absolutely anything that is 90 plus. These are in a tier of their own, and they are at a higher threshold to pull, which makes them more rare and are also kind of gatekeepers for collections for quite some time, which we aren't going to see this many 90 pluses. There's probably going to be like 7 to 8, I would imagine, come launch time, and these you're not going to want to sell. If you pull them, keep them because they're going to go up in price. Why, you might ask? Well, let's take a guy like Mike Trout. 96 overall, very rare. Well, everybody's opening packs on the first day, and a bunch of people have a bunch of packs because they pre-ordered the game and they have all these to open. So fast forward a week from now, those packs are gone. People have opened them and there's less Trouts in circulation, hence why the price is going to go up for those cards. So it's a great tip to get collections done early. As far as the 85s to 89 overalls go, contemplate this decision. It depends if you really want them. I think you can probably sell them. They're not really going to change in price too much just because this is the base tier at pulling a diamond. There's a lot of opportunities to get a guaranteed Live Series diamond, and that just makes them not that valuable. Now, what do you do with those stubs? Well, you're going to want to flip cards. We've talked about it briefly. I'll just mention a filter that I like. Gold cards, Live Series. There's no better night than launch night, or no better week than launch week, rather, to flip cards, because again, everybody's opening packs, the market is moving like crazy, and you're gonna want stubs. So that's another reason to sell everything that isn't you know, like a diamond. Again, if you're going for collections, that's a different conversation. Then you have to kind of decide, but absolutely any duplicates you're going to want to sell. And like equipment, sell that shit. You know, if you want to go for collections, go ahead, but keep that in mind. At least get some sort of bank. Get like 50k of stubs if you can to flip cards, because it is going to go quick. 50k sounds like a lot, but that's maybe 35-40 gold cards that you can have concurrent bids on at a time. So you're going to want to buy low, sell high. Carlos Correa, imagine there's a good gap here. This is terrible because at this point of the year you can't really get the picture, but a 1900 card is probably going to have a 1300 order. You put in a 1300 order, you sell the card, after taxes, you still make 500 to 600 stubs. You get the picture. Pretty easy. I also like flipping equipment cards and uniforms at launch. Those are going to be very good as well. Now let's talk shop with some cards. You're going to want to get something to play with, right? Well, Team Affinity is now in part of the inning program. So all the TA1 cards that you've been seeing revealed, or in my video yesterday, make sure to check that out. We went over some of my opinions on the American League half of Season 1 of Team Affinity. These cards are going to be mixed in with the first inning program, so that's great. You don't even have to do anything separate. You playing the game is going to earn you XP, which in turn gets you progress in the first inning program, which you're going towards those bosses, and as well these Team Affinity cards, which there's been some great diamonds. Mike Trout, Corey Seager, some great opportunities for kick-ass diamonds day one. And the bosses last year, these are the 3 first inning bosses that we did have. Again, they've not been revealed yet, but make sure and stay tuned to the channel. On Thursday, they should reveal those. If not, we'll see them on Friday. But Fernando Valenzuela, Mike Piazza, and Kenny Lofton, those were the bosses. Admittedly, they were kind of underwhelming, and if they go with the same overall, like 91, 92-ish, last year they just weren't up to stature, and these Team Affinity cards are looking great. So the pressure's on the boss pack to bring similar heat. So that's what you're going to want to go after in terms of cards right away. It is structured like the inning programs are, so by playing the game, like I said, XP, you're going to earn that automatically, but also doing different goals, such as daily missions. Those should be returning. Conquest, again, that's going to be there as well. Collections, you're going to lock in some cards and earn some XP. Yada, yada, yada. You get the point. That's how you're going to earn some of the best cards in the game at launch. Moving on from there, collections. Starter collections. This is something you're going to want to do because there's a bunch of free stubs and some free packs in there as well. So, common cards, like I said, sell everything. That's not the case. Commons, you don't really get too much from them, and it's going to take a significant time to sell. So it's not really worth it. You might as well just start those into your collections, get 20, 30 cards in each team, and do these easy starter collection missions where we're going to collect unlockables, outfielders, that sort of thing, and get free stubs that way. There's also some other ones such as the ball player, which we'll talk about in a minute, uniforms, unlockables, equipment. Some of the stuff is going to be no sell, so there's no point not to put it in here. So make sure to do collections. That's just another easy free stubs that you're going to get with cards that you already had. So it's mine this easy stub making opportunity. Then your ball players, the last thing I want to talk about. I'll make a separate video talking about how you should make your ball player to make him quite good, quite beefy, and he is going to be a big part in Diamond Dynasty again. I always use, excuse the Alex Rodriguez name, scrapped video idea, but I always like ball players at the beginning of the year. They work really well, and they're going to be probably your best card at launch. You get these different loadouts, you have these archetype items and these perks to level up your guy. Again, this year, if you missed it, it's only Road to the Show. For your ball player, Diamond Dynasty, there's no progress there, so if the servers are down, which they probably will be at some point, Road to the Show would be a good option to play. Or if, you know, think Road to the Show might be not so bad this year, give it a shot as well. So like I said, stick to the channel. We're going to have a video talking about the best way to make your ball player, but definitely set it up and start going, because he's going to be a very key point to your Diamond Dynasty team early on in the year. So that's about it. That's what you should do day one of MLB The Show 22. If you guys have any questions down below in the comments section, I'll be answering some, so feel free there. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/GomesDaLegend. We will be live on launch night. Maybe some giveaways, maybe some fun stuff over there, so make sure to tune in. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like down below, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. There comes out, yeet.